All right, so we're diving deep into AI prompt engineering today.
Oh, wow.
You guys sent over a YouTube roundtable discussion
Mm-hmm.
with actual prompt engineers from Anthropic.
Very cool.
A few articles that break down techniques, and even one article
Oh,
that
wow.
claims prompt engineering might not be a hot job for very long.
Interesting.
It's pretty intriguing, right?
Yeah.
We're going to try to help you understand what it all means.
Sounds good.
What is prompt engineering?
Yeah.
Why should you even care, and will it even be around in the future?
Right.
We're about to uncover some seriously cool stuff, so buckle up.
It's pretty amazing how fast prompt engineering has become this, essential thing for talking to AI.
Yeah.
It's like we're learning the language of AI so we can finally have a conversation with it.
Yeah. One article I saw called it coding in English.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that was a great way to put it.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And just learning any language, there are tricks and best practices to master.
Right.
And the sources that you sent are packed with tips from the pros.
Oh, good. Yeah. So let's start with the basics.
Okay.
What exactly does a prompt engineer do all day?
Well, think of it like this.
Okay.
You know how you can spend forever, rewording a Google search just to try to get the right results?
Mm-hmm.
Prompt engineering is kind of like that, but on a whole other level.
Okay.
It's all about crafting the perfect question or instruction to get an AI,
Okay.
like ChatGPT, to give you what you need.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The roundtable discussion actually had this really great anecdote.
Oh, yeah.
One of the engineers, Amanda,
Mm-hmm.
says she sometimes sends hundreds of prompts in a row just to nail the right output.
Wow.
That's some serious dedication.
Yeah.
Persistence is key.
Absolutely. It's not like a one and done thing. It's
Right.
all about testing and analyzing what the AI spits out and tweaking those prompts until you hit that bullseye.
Yeah.
And here's where it gets really interesting. You're not just thinking about a single prompt in isolation.
Okay.
You have to think about how it fits into a whole system, like a website or an app.
Right. And imagine all the crazy things that users might do.
Oh, totally.
Like one example that cracked me up was users forgetting to use the shift key and typing everything with no punctuation.
Oh my gosh.
How do you even plan for that?
That's the mark of a truly great prompt engineer.
Oh, good.
Anticipating those edge cases.
Yeah.
You have to think like a user A&D, like the AI, to build a system that can handle the unexpected.
Okay. So we've kind of established that prompt engineering takes patience and out-of-the-box thinking.
Yeah.
What other qualities do you think make someone good at this?
Well, one thing that all the experts emphasized was clear communication.
Yeah.
And it sounds obvious, but you have to remember that AI is not human.
Right.
You need to break things down in a way that it can understand
Yeah.
without assuming any prior knowledge.
There was this really funny story about Amanda showing a prompt to someone who had like zero context,
Mm-hmm.
and they were just completely lost.
Oh, God.
It really makes you realize how much we take for granted when we're talking to other people.
Right, we make all sorts of assumptions without realizing it.
Yeah.
But with AI, you have to be super explicit.
Mm.
Every word matters.
Yeah.
You also need to be obsessed with details and constantly testing and refining your prompts.
Okay.
One expert even suggested asking the model why it got something wrong.
Oh, wow.
That's how you really understand its thought process.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a good prompt engineer needs to be a master communicator,
Yeah.
detail-oriented,
Absolutely.
and able to anticipate all those weird edge cases we talked about.
Yeah, like we said. And as AI models evolve, the techniques will definitely change too.
Right.
But those core skills will always be essential.
So let's dive into some of those techniques.
Okay.
The article, Art of Getting What You Need from Generative AI, outlined 3 approaches.
Okay.
The first one, the rhetorical approach, sounds pretty academic.
It is, but it's also super practical.
Okay.
It was developed by Sebastian Bauer.
Okay.
And basically he says, you need to treat the AI like your audience. You need to think about the context, your own credibility on the topic,
Okay.
or ethos, as they call it,
Mm-hmm.
and how you want your prompt to persuade the AI to give you the best response possible.
So it's almost like you're writing a persuasive essay for the AI.
Exactly. Think about how you'd structure an argument, what tone you'd use,
Right.
even how long you want the response to be.
Wow.
The author who wrote the article used this technique to get ChatGPT to write a social media post.
Oh, wow.
And it took her 8 tries to refine it.
8 tries.
Yeah.
Wow, that just shows how much tweaking and refining is involved.
Mm.
Okay, what's the next approach?
This one is called the CREATE framework, developed by Dave Burrs.
Okay.
It's a bit more structured, and you address the AI directly as you throughout the prompt.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued. Let's break it down.
Okay.
What does CREATE stand for?
So each letter stands for a different element of the prompt.
Okay.
C is for character.
Okay.
You literally define the role you want the AI to take on. Even adding aspirational qualities like, you are an experienced writer who crafts concise text.
So you're kind of giving the AI a persona to work with.
Yes.
I like that.
It helps the AI focus.
Right.
And then R is for request.
Okay.
This is where you state clearly what you want the AI to do.
Gotcha.
E is for examples.
Okay.
Giving the AI some samples of the kind of output you're looking for.
That makes sense. Give it a reference point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A is for additions.
Go.
This is where you get even more specific, like
Yeah.
specifying a particular point of view or writing style.
Okay.
T is for type of output,
It's okay.
where you tell the AI what format you want the response in, like a summary,
Right.
a list, a poem. And finally, E stands for extras,
Okay.
where you can add any other relevant information or context.
So this framework is like a detailed project brief for the AI.
That's exactly it.
I can see how it would help to kind of eliminate ambiguity
Yeah.
and get you closer to the results that you want. So we've got the rhetorical approach, the CREATE framework, and lastly, we have the structured approach.
That's right.
Tell me more about that one. I'm all ears.
Okay, so this approach, developed by Lance Cummings,
Okay.
is all about providing the AI with everything it needs
Mm-hmm.
in a clear, organized way.
Okay.
Imagine you're presenting a case.
Okay.
You start with the big picture goal.
Got it.
Then you provide background information and context.
Mm-hmm.
You clearly define the specific task you want the AI to perform.
Okay.
And finally, you offer any relevant reference materials.
So it's like a step-by-step guide for the AI.
Exactly.
Hey.
And it's super helpful for more complex tasks where the AI needs a lot of guidance.
Mm-hmm.
The author of the article even pasted her entire article draft into a prompt once,
Wow.
just to give the AI full context.
Wow. Talk about commitment.
Right.
So we've got these three distinct approaches to crafting prompts.
Yep.
The rhetorical approach, the CREATE framework, and the structured approach.
Mhm.
Do you have to choose just one, or can you kind of mix and match?
The beauty of it is you don't have to be dogmatic about it.
Oh.
You can borrow elements from all three approaches
Right.
to create the most effective prompt for your specific need.
That makes sense.
Yeah. The key is to just find the clearest way to communicate what you want the AI to do.
All right. I'm already feeling inspired to start experimenting with some of these.
Awesome.
Before I move on to debunking some common prompt engineering myths, let's pause here for a second.
Okay.
Which of these approaches resonated most with you, listener, and why?
Yeah, let us know.
We'll be back in a flash to delve deeper into this amazing world of prompt engineering.
Sounds good.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
I hope you had some time to think about which approach might work best for you.
Yeah.
But now let's tackle some of those myths and misconceptions swirling around the world of prompt engineering.
Okay.
One that I keep hearing is that you have to, like, trick or lie to the model
Oh, yeah.
to get what you want. Is that true?
Ah, yes. The jailbreaking myth. It's like some people think they need to use these sneaky tactics or role-playing to kind of unlock the AI's true potential.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like pretending to be a teacher to get the AI to write you quiz questions.
But the experts in that roundtable discussion were pretty clear that that's not the best way to go, right?
Totally. They emphasize being upfront and honest with the AI.
Let's just be straight with it.
Exactly. Amanda in particular pointed out that these models are trained on massive data sets.
Yeah.
So they already understand a lot about the world.
That's true.
Yeah, so if you're trying to create, say, a test data set for a language model,
Mm-hmm.
the AI probably already knows what that is.
Right. It's seen it in its training data.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why try to hide your intentions or pretend you're doing something else?
Right.
Just be clear and direct about what you need.
It all circles back to that communication thing.
Exactly.
So no need to overthink it
No,
or outsmart the AI.
don't overthink it.
Okay. So another myth I've come across is that grammar and punctuation don't really matter when you're writing prompts.
Oh, interesting.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a bit nuanced.
Okay.
The models are so sophisticated, they can often figure out what you mean,
Yeah.
even if your grammar isn't perfect.
Right.
But there's a reason why some prompt engineers are sticklers for perfect grammar.
The roundtable actually got into this, and it seemed like there were a couple of different schools of thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Zach, one of the engineers, was all about perfect grammar.
Right.
He argued that it just cultivates attention to detail and precision qualities that are important for any prompt engineer.
That makes sense.
But Amanda, on the other hand, admitted to typos in her prompts and felt like the model understood her just fine.
So different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. But I think the takeaway is that even if the model can handle a few typos, it's good practice to just be as clear and as precise as possible with your language.
Right.
It shows that you're taking the task seriously.
Okay, so we've busted a couple myths now. I'm curious how prompt engineering is evolving.
Okay.
As AI models get smarter, are the techniques changing too?
That's a great question, and one that the experts in the roundtable touched on. They said that a lot of the early hacks that worked with the older models are basically useless now.
Really?
The models have been trained to recognize and avoid them.
So like that example with chain of thought prompting for math problems.
Exactly. That used to be a groundbreaking technique to help AI solve problems step by step.
Yeah.
But now the models have internalized that kind of thinking.
Oh, wow.
They don't need those explicit instructions anymore.
I'm starting to wonder if that means prompt engineering itself is going to become obsolete.
Right.
If the AI gets so good that it can understand us perfectly,
Yeah.
will we even need prompt engineers?
That is the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
The Forbes article that we included actually argued that as AI gets more intuitive, the need for explicit prompting will diminish. It compared it to how Google search has evolved. We barely have to even think about keywords anymore.
Right.
It just seems to know what we're looking for.
That's a really good point.
Right.
I use Google every day, and I can see the parallels.
Yeah.
But the experts in the roundtable seem to disagree.
They said that even as models get more advanced, we'll always need people who can really push the boundaries.
Right.
Who can extract the most nuanced and creative outputs, and who can adapt to new capabilities as they emerge.
Because even if AI becomes more intuitive, it'll still have limitations.
Absolutely.
We need experts who can work around those.
Who know how to push those boundaries.
Yes.
They made this really interesting analogy to the world of design.
Okay.
Like, a client may have a vague idea of what they want, but it takes a skilled designer to help them refine that vision.
Yeah.
Ask the right questions and translate that into a concrete product.
So even with crazy advanced AI, we'll still need those prompt engineers.
Yeah.
Whatever we end up calling them.
Right.
To act as that bridge
Bridge.
between what we want and what the AI can deliver.
Exactly. And think about it this way.
Okay.
The easier it becomes to use AI for the basic stuff,
Right.
the more demand there will be for people who can really master it.
Yeah.
People who can do things that the average user can't even imagine.
Going back to that carpenter analogy,
That's right.
anyone can pick up a hammer,
Yeah.
but it takes real skill to build something beautiful and functional.
Exactly.
So the role of prompt engineering might transform, but it's unlikely to vanish completely.
Right. And the cool thing is,
Yeah.
the skills involved. Clear communication, critical thinking, problem solving.
Right.
Those are valuable no matter what your job is.
That really resonates with me.
Yeah.
This whole conversation has been a really great reminder that even if we don't all become prompt engineers, understanding how AI thinks is going to be essential for all of us in the future.
Couldn't agree more. And it's not just about understanding AI, it's about understanding ourselves. Oh, that's a good point.
What are our goals?
Yeah.
How can we communicate them effectively?
Right.
How can we leverage these incredible tools to actually achieve those goals?
Those are great questions.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of stuck on this idea of AI helping us write better prompts.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something that's already happening?
It's already happening.
Really?
The prompt generator mentioned in the Forbes article is a perfect example.
Wow.
And those prompt engineers from Anthropic said they're already experimenting with using AI to help them refine their own prompts.
So it's like having a brainstorming partner who can analyze language.
On a whole other level.
Right. So it's not just about giving the AI instructions anymore.
Right.
It's about co-creating with the AI, having a back and forth dialogue.
Yes.
To get to the best possible outcome.
That's where things get really interesting.
It's like a whole new way of thinking about our relationship with AI.
It really is.
Okay, so we've talked about the skills of a prompt engineer.
Yeah. The different techniques, how the field is constantly evolving. But the big question on everyone's mind is, will prompt engineering even be a job in the future?
Right.
Is this something people should be racing to learn?
Yeah.
Or is AI just going to get so good at understanding us that this whole idea of prompting
Right.
becomes irrelevant?
Well, the Harvard Business Review article we included has a pretty skeptical view.
Okay.
They say that as AI gets more intuitive, it'll be like we're just talking to another person.
Okay.
We won't need to like spell everything out in such a precise way.
It's like how we were talking about with Google search.
Exact.
We don't think about every single keyword anymore.
Nope.
It just kind of gets us.
Yeah, that's their point.
But those prompt engineers in the round tire had a different take on it.
Did they think that even with like the most advanced AI, we'll always need people who can unlock its full potential?
Right.
People who can extract the most creative, the most nuanced, most mind-blowing outputs that AI is capable of.
Because even if it becomes more intuitive, it will still have its limitations.
Oh, absolutely.
And we need experts who can work around those.
Who know how to push those boundaries. They compared it to a designer working with a client.
Okay.
The client might have like a general idea.
Right.
But it takes a really skilled designer to refine that idea and ask the right questions and turn it into something really amazing.
So even with that crazy advanced AI, we'll still need those prompt engineers or whatever we call them.
Right, whatever we're calling them by then.
To act as that bridge.
Yeah, bridge.
Between what we want and what the AI can actually deliver.
Exactly. And think about it this way.
Okay.
The easier it becomes to use AI for just like the basic stuff, the more demand there's going to be for those people who can really master it.
Right.
People who can do things that the average user can't even imagine.
I like that, going back to that carpenter analogy.
Right.
Anyone can pick up a hammer.
Yep.
But it takes skill to build something beautiful.
And functional.
So the role of prompt engineering might transform.
Yeah.
But it's not going to vanish completely.
I agree. And the really cool thing is the skills involved. Clear communication, critical thinking, problem solving.
Right.
Those are valuable no matter what you do.
That really resonates with me. This whole conversation has been a really great reminder that even if we don't all become prompt engineers, just understanding how AI thinks is going to be so essential in the future.
Couldn't agree more. And it's not just about understanding AI either.
Right.
It's about understanding ourselves.
Oh, that's a great point.
What are our goals?
Yeah.
How can we communicate those effectively?
Right.
How can we use these incredible tools to actually achieve those goals?
Such great questions. I'm still kind of stuck on that idea of AI helping US write better prompts.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Is that actually happening?
It's already happening.
Right.
That prompt generator from the Forbes article.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example.
Oh, wow.
And remember those prompt engineers from Anthropic? They said that they're already using AI to help them refine their prompts.
It's like having a brainstorming partner.
Totally.
They can analyze language on another level.
Yeah.
So it's not even just about us giving AI instructions anymore.
Right.
It's about us working together and having this back and forth.
Yeah, like a dialogue.
To get to the best outcome.
That's where I think things are going to get really interesting.
Yeah, it's a whole new way of looking at how we work with AI.
It really is.
So what does all of this mean for you, listener?
Yeah.
Even if you don't become a prompt engineer, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and given you a new perspective on the power of language.
Yeah.
In the age of AI.
Definitely.
It's constantly changing. And the possibilities really are endless.
They are.
What will you create with AI today?